My mom is so nice. She takes care of me when I'm hungover like I'm actually sick. Like, she'll bring me soup, she'll pet my head.
You know what your mom did? She met your dad and decided that she loved him and then started a family and took care of you for your whole childhood.
Stayed with him for 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, your mom, she's so beautiful. She aged like fine wine.
Oh! You know what Brooke's mom did? Brooke's mom recognized her talent from a young age and nurtured it. That's right.
Yeah, she did. She'd do it again, too.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's the last full complement Facebook Live update of the session. We'll get to that in a minute because you don't want to start crying before it's time. Hey, Steven. How are you, Steven? So anyway, not a ton going on this week, but enough to cover in an update. So that's why we're here. We'll talk about budget and stuff in a minute, but we have some more bills that were signed this week. So the first of those is 2119, the school safety bill that you might have read about in the paper. I feel like, we've covered this a little bit before, but I feel like the paper, or some of the quotes in the paper I should say, made it sound like there was going to be a super extra requirement because of this bill, when in reality the requirement already exists. So all the bill does is require districts to adopt, and charters, to adopt policies about reporting of things that are required by law to be reported to the police. So basically it's a policy bill, not a substantive change bill in our opinion. So that's why we haven't done too much to worry about it, but it did get signed, so our wonderful crack policy team will be sending you a policy advisory sometime between now and the start of school about that and everything else, so look for that. Next, 1071, we're excited about 1071, got signed by the governor. Morgan's gonna tell us about it.
So 1071 was one that we were in support of. It basically is about the personnel evaluations, and it takes the control of those evaluations away from SVE and gives them back to the school district governing boards. So it's going to be a lot more flexibility with those principal actually as well, principal and teacher evaluations. So you can see that percentage of the data, that's used for that be lowered a little bit. So
20%. It used to be 33. Now it's going to be 20. So good. Local control.
Good times.
Always a big fan.
Political agenda.
Absolutely. Lee's got a couple.
The other two juicy ones we were watching that got signed was 1318 was the dyslexia training, which we've talked about many weeks in a row, was signed, as well as 1468, Senator Bowie's suicide prevention bill. So those will also have some policy update implications that our team will send out to you when they're ready.
And all these, of course, will be covered at the end of session in our comprehensive legislative wrap-up. So you'll have multiple sources to figure out everything that happened. But those are the 4 that were signed this week. Work has slowed down quite a bit, waiting for the budget, which we'll talk about in a second. But the other big issue that's out there still is tobacco and vaping. Had an interesting development last week. The Senate passed out a competing tobacco bill that the Heart Association and the Cancer Society support. So now that bill, which the number escapes me right now, and the industry bill, for shorthand, I'll call it that, 1147, are now both in the House and essentially ready to be voted on. If the House bill that came over from the Senate gets voted on first, it'll sort of undercut the tobacco definition provisions in 1147 and vice versa. So they can't both go. So we are waiting to see which one will make it. Officially, right now, ASBA is registered as opposed to 1147, although there is an amendment to sort of clarify some of the school district components of that bill more to our liking. I think it's 2357 is the other number. That one we actually support. So that's Senator Carter's original bill, 2357. We are signing in support of that bill. So that's where we're at on those two.
And that bill just includes vaping products into the current definition of tobacco everywhere that it exists in statute. So it's a pretty simple bill, but a long one.
Simple, long, impactful. I'm always of two minds about whether impactful is actually a word or not, but you know,
I think it is.
it's probably
Yeah.
not
think
here.
it is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Last thing, fiscal 20 budget update. So here it is. Okay, I'm glad we had that budget discussion because nothing is happening. There's a lot of talk. Legislators love to talk.
There are 2 spreadsheets now.
Yeah, but there's literally no action on the budget. The biggest action on the budget has been for certain senators like Senator Boyer and now Carter to declare that they will not vote for a budget unless Senator Boyer's sexual assault civil lawsuit bill gets a hearing. I think it's an important bill. It doesn't have anything to do with education, but just from a policy perspective, it impacts how long a victim of childhood sexual abuse has to file a civil lawsuit against their abuser. So big issue, important issue, but not directly related to education, but it's something I think that a lot of members think should be addressed. So it's gumming up the works. So we'll see where that goes in the next couple weeks. But still some remote hope that it could be done by Memorial Day. That's what I hope, but it's not certain, far from certain. So that's where we're at on the budget. And lastly, Morgan's last day today, people.
Wah, wah.
She's leaving us after 18 weeks, 18 updates.
Yeah,
Have
actually.
we done that many?
Or I think it was, yes.
I don't know,
Like
ish.
8.
We missed a few.
A
We missed a
while.
few. Yeah. But 18 weeks of internship. Morgan has been.
With us full time.
We've been beating on her every day, saying, "Morgan, work harder." She's probably going to jump for joy to get out of here because it's a salt mine at ASBA. But she has written pretty much everything that's been on the
Just about every bill summary you've ever read this year
summary,
has
yeah.
been Morgan's work.
on capital impact.
She's made our lives a lot easier and brought some fun to the updates and everything else. We'll miss her a lot.
We gave her a taste of politics, and now she's not sure whether she wants to do it anymore. And that's the
Did
point.
not come out of my mouth.
That's the point. That's the point of the internship.
Passion has definitely been increased, is all I will say about it.
All right, there you go. Yeah, see? It's good. But no, seriously, thank you very much for your work. We appreciate you. We have our tissues so we can have a good cry. And we will...
She told us we can't like the next intern better than her. So
Yeah.
all of our fans,
Keep an eye
let us
for
know how the
me.
videos go next year.
Yeah.
This will also come in handy for Sunday, new Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Game of Thrones. So she's gonna go hang out with her mother this weekend. We all are because it's Mother's Day. So to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
My mom tells me she's proud of me. I'm not really sure, but I take her to word, I guess. So happy Mother's Day, moms. Happy weekend, everybody else. It's good to see you. We're coming in under 12 minutes. Have a good weekend. Bye.